Welcome to the Cone Racing League. We are here today for the Tier 2 finale, a two-horse race. Once again, joined by Rob, or Spider, CRL Spider, what's it, 95, 85? I keep forgetting the number.
95.
95. But
hey, it's a two-horse race, but one of the horses aren't here.
Yeah, we got a horse missing. And very, very interestingly, no need for spreadsheets or, working out the point system. Very, very simple. Liam, not here today racing, has a 30-point lead. T-Griff, 30 points behind him. CRL's point system, 30 points for a win. So essentially, T-Griff has to win, and then he wins on countback. It's plain and simple. He knows what's going on. Liam is currently busy, hopefully working on his dissertation at the moment. Knows what's going to happen. So yeah,
it's basically win or nothing tonight for T-Griff.
All the drivers, wishing good luck to each other. I am seeing someone saying dry to wet in both sessions.
Ooh.
Which I assume that means quali won't be staying dry forever. We will see how quickly everyone ends up going out on track then, as you're not going to want to miss it. Yeah, T-Griff already locked into first gear. He'll soon be leaving the pit lane. Alongside teammate Freefall, one of the three reserves. You've got Freefall in the Haas, Ennis in the Ferrari, and then the third one is Rabbit in the Alfa Romeo. Forgot which car it was for a second, had to find his name.
Gotta have a big shout out though to Freefall. I mean, he dropped to reserve halfway through the season, but he's pretty much been here for every race of the season.
He's doing a very poor job of being a reserve because he's showing up to every single race as if he was a full-time driver. And yeah, Nathan there reiterating dry to wet in both sessions. You know what, I'm going to hop on board with our runner-up in the championship, the man. Rain in 5 minutes. Oh no wonder the track's so full. So yeah, driver's going to be in a rush. Not going to mind too much about track condition. Just get that one good lap down and then sit and watch the rain pour for 10 minutes. I do wonder, given it's going to be a dry to wet race, we haven't been communicated yet how long the rain will take to arrive in the race. So whether or not it's wet or dry setups for the drivers. Would they rather cater for a good start to the race, get up through the order, or do they want to bank on the fact there's probably going to be a safety car? Rain at Belgium, there's probably going to be a safety car. Let's do a wet setup, be a bit slower at the start, and then just smash out some laps near the end as War Daddy leave with a qualifying ban, retiring in the pit lane. I'll have a look at which drivers meant to have a quali ban quickly. T-Griff about to start his lap. So yeah, of the drivers racing, War Daddy is the only one with a quali ban to serve. Although with it being a wet race, he hasn't actually got off too unlucky there. So up through Rouge, Radion, down onto the Camel Straight, where I'm sure we will see many at the overtake. Maybe a few, what was it, Schumacher, is it Hakkinen? I think it's Schumacher Hakkinen. Might be getting the other driver wrong. Moments on the main straight. Maybe a few Here Comes Sebastian Vettel moments as Claire PR. Retirement from him at the exit to turn 1. Now I don't think that was by choice, it was not. Into the wall goes Mercedes driver. Already both Mercedes drivers out the session. One by quali ban, one by crash. And we've got a spinner. A Ferrari has span on Pouon. Is that Ennis? Would assume that's Ennis, as Cal Cohn is still on his outlap. Yeah, that was Ennis. Ennis making a mistake on his lap. So both him and Claire PR have messed up as T-Griff, a purple in the sector for him. But there we go. It's fastest lap, 1:44. 40.1 for the Dutchman. The favourite for quite a lot of drivers to win this race, though DC going quicker, 43.9. That is not a man I expected to top the timing boards. Obviously a 44.2. Next man to the line, the reserve of B Rabbit. He goes slowest so far, they're only just off the back, 44.2. How about our runner-up in the championship? Very slow by him actually, 44.7. Perhaps not a favourite track for him. Free fall though, slower still, 45.4. The Steiny sticks it second fastest to 44.0. Indian Jesus 45.9 just behind him. Captain Nick up into 8th place. So Ennis, yeah, into the pit lane after his mistake. Front wing looks intact there, but perhaps confidence in the track not so much. Likely dipped a tyre on the inside or dipped a tyre on the outside. Gone for a spin round. So Waitsy now second fastest, but still DC with the fastest time. Not the name I would have expected to see up there, I'm going to be honest. The man who I'm sure was very happy to be right up there. Tigriff, the man who needs to win it all today to win the championship. Currently way down in 9th, 8/10 off the pace. That is a lot of time to find in a tier that is so incredibly close. So Cal Cohen next to the line, watching time more to see him. Forster going a bit deep. Cal Cohen up to P8 in that Ferrari. Forster up into 12th. A yellow flag, though I think that's just for a slow driver. Suspect people going round again for another attempt. No, Tigriff setting himself up for another lap, but you can see the rain starting to come down. Did Tobes also have a crash somewhere? Was he retired in the pit lane? Yeah, Tigriff into the pits. Is anyone else going round again for another one? Not Jack and Ennis on outlaps, but they might be too late. The rain might be starting to come down. This might be a DC pole position, you know.
I say apologies for that. I had to quickly disappeared, mate. I had to quickly see to the little.
Yeah, all good, all good. You've missed a potential DC pole position, because I can see raindrops occasionally starting to fall, and DC is currently top of the timing boards.
Where is our man Tigriff? Where's he to?
He's down in P10. He's not had the strongest one. Steiny's going round again for another attempt. Actually, you can see the tyre there on the front of that straight of Clerp PR. The marshals apparently leaving that one out. Not Jack and Ennis still to set a lap. I think they might just get the lap in. There's going to be a little bit of rain on the track.
There you can see it. If you're on board with Steiny, you can see it starting to come down.
Yeah, it's just how much of an effect it has.
Dry to wet, always an interesting race. Who's going to be the brave one? Who's going to be the one to risk it all?
Purple sector 1 for not Jack though.
Well, message from down in paddock. We've got Scotty Freefall saying that you could just make us sit there and watch 20 cars of doing nothing and watch us ramble on about nothing. Scott, if you're watching, that would be an interesting show. But Steiny is still trying to put this lap in. He's looking like it's going well for him, so help if I had all my telemetry up. Rob, come on. Doing this for a long time now, should have it all up.
Ooh, not Jack
he's
is
coming into the
round. Oh
pits.
my goodness. Not Jack completely losing his front wing there, completely losing the car there. And that's him round into the wall. Somehow not out of session, despite just how mad of a crash that was.
Unless these boys wasn't caught a feeling brave, I think we're pretty much seeing our starting grid.
Yeah, well, Ennis is still yet to finish his lap, not Jack. I mean, he'll finish his lap just because that'll move him up a few positions from where he is at the moment. Yellow for a slow drive for Ennis. I think Ennis was on an outlap at that point. although no longer on an out lap, making it past where not Jack did.
So he won't be improving. The DRS has now been disabled, so even the stewards are saying, you know what, it's enough.
Yeah, well, you can see rain forming on the car now. We'll see what time Ennis can set here, but this is looking like a DC pole position. T-Griff down in P10.
Come on, Aston Martin, I shouldn't be biased, but come on!
Yeah, Ennis P15.
We've been needing a decent second half of the season.
Who we got? T-Griff. He's actually going round for another attempt of his lap. That is very brave. And he's doing it on softs as well. Fresh set of softs. We've got, who's that other driver out on track?
Well, he's going to risk it all, let's face it.
Interestingly, Jack's chosen... Oh, of course he wanted to finish his lap so he could put a time on the lap board. Even as bad as that time is. He'll then come into the pits.
At least he's not starting at the back then. I want to know how brave T-Griff really is. Is he going to improve, or is he going to be...
I mean, it's confident to try it. You really do not want to crash out here. We've already seen Ennis did slower lap behind the entire field, and he's not a slow driver. Yeah, no, look at the loss of grip there. It's just... The lap time's not going to be there. We'll see how his Sector 2 was compared to his previous lap.
Fair play to the man.
No, he's trying it. No one else is out here trying. Yeah, 3.2 down. I think by now he's given up on the lap. Maybe just practicing for these conditions.
Well, the question is, what setup do you go with for, obviously, quali? I mean, if you've seen that it's going to be dry to wet, do you just go for a full wet setup and just hope for the best during the dry periods, or do you go for a bit of both, or... Well, I think it's going to be key tonight.
I'd say surely you go for a wet setup. I mean, you'll be at a disadvantage at the start of the race, sure. Drivers haven't actually told us how long into the race wets are needed. But if the end of the race is going to be on wets, this is Belgium in the wet, high chance of safety car. So many corners where you're pushing the grip, where one mistake is sending you flying into the wall, bringing out a safety car. You can't not have a wet setup, in my opinion. I mean, some drivers might think, oh yeah, I'll try fly off at the start, work my way up through the order and just hold up, kind of hold a front position, hold towards the front of the pack. But I can't see that working that well. But yeah, some drivers actually going out on the inters.
They might as well, it gives them a bit of a feel for how the track's going to feel.
Oh yeah.
Can't improve their time, but get a feel for the track at least.
Yeah, well, I think maybe that's what T-Griff was doing. I think he hopefully would have known that it wasn't going to be improving his time in those conditions. But yeah, this is going to be the first time DC's got a pole in a long time.
He's going to be happy though. That's the main thing. Just looking at the paddock chat, unfortunately there's some things I can't repeat on stream, but there'd just be no drivers are not happy.
Well, I think Ennis, for whatever reason, couldn't get out on track early enough, and we saw he didn't set a lap until after it was already raining. I guess something to do with the game affected him there.
Either the game or he was fixing his setup.
Yeah, maybe. Either way,
but it does
not
mean
a happy
that T-Griff is going to have a bit of a fight going from mid-pack to top, but not as hard as Mark Wilson's. But the thing is, Mark Wilson had to win the championship from starting in P20 on Monday night in Tier 4, and he's only gone and done it. He went from P20 to P1.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the drive, isn't it? If you want to win the championship bad enough, you sure as hell will. And
exactly.
T-Griff is going to make its job tonight.
It.
From P10. What's P10 when you've done it from P20 or somewhere else, eh?
Exactly. So it's not out of the realms of possibility. Still going to be a bit of a challenge for him, but it's doable.
But yeah, a reminder for people now, we've got a few more viewers who joined the live stream. 2 horse race championship rise. We got a horse missing. Liam is not racing tonight. He's off writing his dissertation that he's been procrastinating for weeks now. T-Griff is the other man. He's 30 points behind. CRL's point system is 30 points for a win. If Tigriff wins this, he will win the championship on countback.
Yeah.
Looking like he's going to be starting P10. Very unlikely anyone will improve their laps now. You can see him now practicing on the inters. Doubt if he's really pushing
However,
here.
if Tigriff wins it with the fastest lap, countback won't even matter because he'll just win it outright.
Yeah, but he wins and countback regardless. So it's that extra pride. However, looking back at old season championships and seeing that two drivers tied on points is that much cooler. For those of you who don't remember,
drivers haven't got any wins either.
Yeah, well, currently Tigriff and Liam, neither of them have won a single race, despite being P1 and P2 in the championship. But as I was saying, Tier 2 has had before the need for countback. Way back in Season 2, 4-star lost to, I think it was Panda. So 4-star tied on points, but didn't win the Tier 2 championship there way back. 2.5, not far off 3 years ago now. So it has happened before where countback has mattered. And we've all been saying how consistent Liam has been this season, but could it be that consistency without the winning could come back to bite him if Tigriff can push forward to get a win? I don't know what Tigriff's opinion is on Spa as a track.
I've not heard anything from him this week, to be fair, in the chat.
Oh, sounds like DC's got a cider down him, so... Not sure what that will do to his driving, but...
Well, some say... Obviously we don't condone drink driving, but...
If you're going to do it while sim racing, not while actually driving.
Ah, exactly. Yeah, there's going to be no improvements from any of these boys now, not unless the rain just suddenly stops.
And the track just,
yeah. Not quick enough.
To be fair, significantly drier than Imola has been this weekend.
Oh yes.
For those of you who've somehow been living under a rock and yet still watch F1 live streams, Imola of course has been cancelled. Actually, I've just seen a photo of Yuki Tsunoda helping with the clean-up of... I guess it's one of the nearby towns or cities or whatever. So nice to know that some of the drivers, while they're having a holiday in Italy and not actually racing, are doing something to help the local community, which is obviously going through a bit of a rough time with the excessive flooding.
That's good to see. But as it's, well, not as it stands, this will be our lineup. So it'll be DC on pole, then Waitsy, followed by Steiny, Shu and Hobbsy, and then the reserve, which is Rabbit. McConey and Calcoan in 7th and 8th, Cold Paradox and Tigriff round up the top 10. Then moving on to your bottom half of your grid, you've got Captain Nick in 11th, 4-star in 12th, the reserve, which is Free 4 in 13th. 13th. Then you got Indian Jesus in 14th, Ennis in 15th, Jack in 16th, and then no one setting times, which will be Tobes, Farrell, War Daddy, and Clark.
Yeah. Now, funnily enough, War Daddy is the Mercedes with the quali ban. Clerpiar, however, behind him after the crash. We missed the crash. We did, however, see the tyre left on the track. So yeah, just a couple of drivers, well, 3 drivers still going around the track. Steiny and McConey pulling into the pit lane, and Tigriff finishing off.
Well, you might as well, to be fair, get a feel for the wet track. If you know it's coming.
I cannot blame Tigriff for what he's doing. He needs every last bit of practice he can get.
Yeah. But it is going to be an interesting one. It's all or nothing for Tigriff. And what he's got to be thinking as well, one false move, and that's it. It's over. Yeah,
I do wonder if Liam is going to be watching this race. Here, he has been slightly active in the Tier 2 paddock chat. Here we go, Tigriff pulling into the pits, and we will soon be starting the race. I'm yawning, whoops. I promise I'm excited for the race to come, I'm just a bit tired. Oh yeah, of course you're watching, sorry, I somehow blanked out it was you who said yellow for slow drive for poor Ennis earlier. But yeah, Liam is watching, he knows if he's won or lost. He's already agreed to come for an interview if he's got the championship. But yeah, you've already given a run through the order. I'm sure DC will be happier for us to talk about his pole position once again, and you'll be happy it's an Aston Martin.
We need to get as many points back as possible after a dominant first half of the season, and then obviously we've just dropped from grace from there. But Ferrari currently leading the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, so top 11 within 1 second in qualifying. Tigriff in P10, and only 16 drivers setting laps despite only 2 quali bans. Have you got Farrell also had a quali ban?
Well, as been told, it is dry weather to begin with, so these boys will be starting on the slick compounds. And for the last time this season, we've got all our mechanics doing their alien boy poses.
Yep, oh, of course. Well, yeah, Liam, you're happy to join the interview if you still lose the championship. I'm sure Tigriff will be happy to have a chat with you then. And we can obviously hear your opinions of the season. But I mean, well, if Tigriff doesn't win, we have. I don't know if it's happened before. I don't know if CRL has had a champion who's not won a single race that season of the championship. I assume Liam has won races in CRL before.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he has.
Is it a bragging point or is it a?
Well, it is a bragging point when you think about it. I've won the championship. How many races did you win? None.
None, yeah. Well, F1 not having a single time. No driver has ever won an F1 championship without winning a single race. So Liam showing the pros how it's done.
He'll be the championship winner who's never been a winner.
Yeah.
I'm saying something. But the cars are all on the grid and they are all getting ready as they go out for their formation lap. We have got, I think it's 22 laps, is it?
Yeah, 22
26
laps here at
22.
Spa. And interestingly, 17 drivers starting on the mediums, 4-star on the hards, then Freefall and Ennis on the softs. So yeah, of course, once again, DC will be leading, knowing Waitsy. That might not be true after the source, or certainly after the end of Kemmel Straight on lap 1. We've all seen that crazy "Here Comes Sebastian Vettel" clip by now. You know just how mad lap 1 at Spa can get. Even with the clouds, the surface temperature, everything can go wrong.
Right, yeah. Are we going to get that here today?
So Liam,
are we going to get "Here Comes Sebastian Vettel" moment, or even more famously, Schumacher and Hakkinen moment?
Yeah, mentioned that one earlier. I couldn't remember for certain if it was Hakkinen or not, but yeah.
It was Hakkinen, yeah.
No, I mean, I love watching that overtake. We have seen things like that before. Just it happened. I don't remember if it was one or I want to say it was 2 seasons back. It happened, but it wasn't a lapped car. They were both overtaken. Someone just got overtaken by 2 drivers, and someone got a double overtake. While one person got an overtake, but then lost a position back to a different driver and ended up net the same place as before.
I had a triple overtake in Austria, and then during pre-season testing at Silverstone, I had a Hakkinen moment with someone against another driver, which was pretty good to see reenacted on this game.
But yeah, Liam saying here he's only had a single win in 30 races at Suzuka last season.
Wow. That just goes to show the talent that he's got to obviously win a championship with no wins is...
Well, it's the consistency, isn't it? I mean...
It is.
Trying to
as long as you're consistent, you can definitely win championships. But the cars are now starting to come round. Well, the Aston Martin of Rio DC is. He's about to take his position on the grid. We've got a few cars about to join him. Still a few cars just entering Section 3. Question is, how long is it going to be until that rain turns up? We've not really had... Oh, but DC's disqualified from... Didn't park his car up properly, so... Not what he wants to see. Not what I wanted to see either, being an Aston Martin boy, but... it is what it is.
Yeah, Tigriff pulling into his grid spot.
He knows all eyes are on him, Tigriff. The amount of pressure which going for it. I'd hate to think what he's feeling at the moment. Well, would you like the honours, or should we do? Should we? You know what? Should we both do it for the final time this season?
Go on. We'll see how much of a mess we can make of this.
Well, according to this, we're already 2 laps in on my screen. There we go. We're 1 lap in. Well, the lights are starting to count down.
4
it
lights,
is 5 lights out for the last time. Here we go. 5 lights. It's
very
a long
hold.
one. It's
But away
we
they
just messed
go.
that up
Waits on the
completely.
outside. DC on the inside. And actually, DC not with too bad of a getaway, but we know he has cold tyres. Waits around the outside.
no, waits to go outside.
And he's managed it. DC down to second position
already. Picking up
already.
a 3-second time penalty.
Side by side though,
is up to
Steiny and
8th.
Ids. Oh my goodness, some drivers with a little bit of a death wish here, and Hobbsy is round at Rouge, up through
Rouge.
Radion. Down to P20 though, not yet crashing out or trying to hop on board further up the order as Steiny and Ids once again battling away here. Coming up through to Lecom. Ids going a little bit deep. Steiny trying to stick his nose around the outside, not happening. Under threat now from the reserve of B Rabbit in the Alfa Romeo, who himself has made a mistake. Now possibly opening himself up to Cal Cohen. T-Griff already up to 7th position from his P10. That's good news for him. He wants to work his way through the
goes
order.
wide after a bump, I believe, with Farrow.
Yeah, 4-star. What on earth is he doing there? That's a lovely bit of corner cutting lawn mowing. It looked a bit long.
To be fair, he did have a bump, and I believe he had a bump with Farrell. 4-star went round on the outside, and Farrell and him had contact, which obviously sent him the wrong way.
Yeah,
Don't know if he's got damage. His wing looks fine, so hopefully he's alright.
Top two already looking like they are getting a little bit of a pull away from the rest of them. Not the order they started in. I think DC will be pretty happy to have held on. And keeping a gap to Ids, because Ids was the favourite going into this race, based on what the other drivers were saying. And hang on, what is this between Freefall and War Daddy? Side by side through Blanchimont. Freefall going a little bit wide there in the Haas, but in the end, coming out on top of that Mercedes, who had to serve the qualifying ban, so a little bit out of position compared to his pace. But look at that exit traction.
Let's take a look at who our biggest winner and biggest loser was. Well, Farrow is up 8 positions from the start, and unfortunately the biggest loser is Hobbsy, down 15 positions, currently sitting in 20.
Sorry to interrupt. T-Griff side by side with Cal Cohen. No, he has backed out. T-Griff nearly went side by side with Cal Cohen into Rouge, now actually going wide on the exit to Radion, hopefully not picking up a warning there. There's DC's trying to put himself back into the lead.
T-Griff's already down to 41% on his ERS.
DC's back in the lead.
Hey!
Not that we're biased,
The dream of life for Aston Martin.
And here we go, T-Griff is now back past Cal Cohen up the inside. I assume this is pretty much a done deal given that corner, and yes it is. Up into P6 for the Haas driver. Let's have a look. I'm trying to remember what tyres everyone is on. Actually, those who didn't choose the mediums have mostly moved down positions, not up. The fighting between the top two allowing Ids to catch back up again. At the moment, we've got Train right the way down to Tobes in P17. Everyone within DRS range for when it comes into effect.
Oh, we got a spin, and it's the War Daddy. The Mark is doing donuts for us at the start of Sector 3. I only caught the back end of it. I don't know what actually happened.
I don't know if you've seen what someone just put into the stream chat, but apparently for the stewards, Hobbsy told me he's out for blood and brake fluid with DC, and DC,
Nice.
yeah, told him, right, I'm reading that wrong, but trying to stir up a little bit of trouble here before the race. McConey, is he under threat from Cold Paradox behind? It's certainly close between those two. It's setting the fastest lap there, who actually himself has pulled away from Steiny a little bit.
Well,
Side
the thing
by
that I'm mostly interested in is there's two drivers on the softs. Both Freefall and NS have gone for softs. Now, are they thinking that the rain's going to be coming as soon as those softs start to die? I mean, it does look like it's going to be coming any moment.
And here we go, that's Ennis up into P13. I think further up the order, P Rabbit got up into P4 past Steiny, down that main Kemmel straight.
P6 now. He's hooking himself down, he's getting comfortable. One corner at a time, T-Griff. You don't want to go pushing that car to its limits too much. You don't want to be going for any overtakes where it could risk the car, because he does know one false move and that is it.
Yeah, I certainly hope he hasn't got the stream open, given how much pressure we will be putting on him this race.
Just ignore the sounds of our voice, T-Griff, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Ooh, hang on, I think his teammate Freefall has had a spinner. Reserve teammate fourth state Freefall has gone round at Puon. And it's, oh my goodness, I'm glad he ghosted there, trying to kill Hobbsy. Luckily did not succeed there, my goodness.
No, luckily it was ghosted. We could have been on for a major incident there with the stewards.
Yeah.
But 16 rounds and it comes down to this two horse race with only one horse racing.
Ooh, hang on.
Oh, there's carnage! What's going on?
Seagriff made a mistake. But he's okay, he's held on to his position further down the order though. What is happening here? Nick's lost a position to Farrell, and I think Cole Paradox has made a massive mistake. I saw all sorts of people changing in the order.
Did he apply his brakes a bit too hard? Did he just come to a stop? Or just switched from Farrell back up to T-Griff and I just stopped?
I think he went deep into the corner. He's now lost the DRS, the car ahead. But there's also plenty of overtakes going on further down. Farrell and Captain Nick had some action, as I can now start to see a little bit of rain coming onto the screen. There's a further order.
Yeah, there it is.
It's past Waitsy up into P2.
Now, who's going to be the one to brave it and come in first? Is T-Griff going to dive in straight away? Or is
It's
it
too
gonna be
early.
DC?
I think lap 5 maybe, but it feels a bit too early, although Spa is a long track.
Exactly,
One of the
this is
longest
what
on the
I'm thinking.
calendar. Is it the longest? I think it is.
It is the longest track on calendar. I think it's not much between that and Saudi.
So, Captain Nick and Farrell having a bit of a fight through Puon. That is certainly brave driving from them. Pulling to the outside here through these chicanes. Can he hold on through the first part? He's certainly trying. Not going to happen in the end.
Rain
Williams
looks like it's getting
fending
faster
off.
already. We've got a spin from the Alpha. Rabbit's gone for a spin.
Yeah, Rabbit, another
Now, was
less
that because of
driver.
rain or driver error?
Oh, even if it was rain, it's still technically driver error for not reading the conditions well enough. But that's another position freely given to T-Griff. And I think there's 3 of them nearly side by side. Oh my goodness. How have they all made it through there? 2 Williams and Captain
DRS
Nick.
is now disabled. He's not coming in yet. He's going for another lap. We've got a few drivers that are coming in though. Waitsy, Calcoen and Malconey. Farrell's in, Nick's in, Ennis is in. There's quite a few coming in saying, you know what? I'm not brave enough to go another lap. And I guarantee we're going to see, yep, here comes the Inters.
Yeah, oh, of course. It wasn't going to be anything else, was it? If you see rain,
No.
even if you got a front wing, you are changing
See,
onto
the
those
thing
Inters.
is, T-Griff had prime opportunity to quickly dive into the pit there because DRS was disabled.
hang on,
as,
Cole Paradox.
Oh!
Where's that happened? Exit of the
On
pit
the
lane, although he hasn't pitted. That's almost exactly the same as what Clerpiard did in qualifying.
What? Did he just clip the red brick and his tyre came off or something?
That's a safety car.
That's a full safety car.
Hasn't that played? What about the guys who haven't pitted yet? Is that good for them or bad for them? I think that's played perfectly
very
into their
good for them.
hands.
It's a free pit for them. So T-Griff has currently got a massive gap between him and, well, the next major rival, which will be Waitsy, because Jack will get an overtake on him unless he's coming in as well. Yeah, it's
But
it's
the problem
essentially a free
is,
pit. Literally, as it is, that will be our pack order.
yeah. Well, I think Waitsy might just be close enough to Jack to get him, but I think, yeah, pretty much this is the order. The one issue here for T-Griff is Ids is so quick, he almost wanted Waitsy to be up there to fight him. And now if Ids is out front, he can just try and pull away from DC, get that lead secured nice and early, and just run away with it for the rest of the race. I don't know if Intis could last from whenever the safety car goes back into the pits to the end of the race. Guess we'll find out. If it stays wet, certainly more likely.
Car being out for long, not on this one.
No, I think it'll only be 2 laps top because everyone will just pit here and then that'll be it.
So T-Griff should get out in front of his rivals. It's Jack which is going to lose positions from this thing. So T-Griff, that safety car kind of saved him, to be fair.
Yeah, well, I think
It's gonna be a
he was
free
doing
pit.
fairly well anyway, but that gave him that bit more wiggle room to work with. See, hang on. Oh, he's inside a McLaren. Cheeky. It's there we go.
Hey.
There we go, switching on
Tell you what,
to
it's going to be close.
the Inters. Where is Waitsy compared to T-Griff? No, T-Griff is ahead. T-Griff keeps that P4 as we expected. Not Jack has fallen down the order a little bit, but he's a heck of a lot higher than he was before the safety car.
Wasn't T-Griff in P5 as he came into the pit, so that's another position gained under the safety car. I'm certain he was P5 when he went into that pit. He's now P4.
No, he was P4 because there were 5 drivers who were on the mediums. I don't think he was P4 before everyone came in. No, yeah, he was P5 before the safety car. Before everyone pitted onto the inters, he was still behind Waitsy, but Waitsy's now dropped down to P5 from where he was P3 beforehand. And you can see here the inters carving that small dry line. Driver's going to have to be so careful for the moment. Marconi has a 3-second penalty. We saw that happen earlier. Clerpiard though with a 5-second.
Well, he's currently 6 positions done. Out of his 10, he just needs to get 4 more.
Yeah, Waitsy airing his frustrations at the safety car, messing him up here. Ah, hey Jamie, it's going good. I assume you're commentating Tier 1 later. I don't know if you've got a championship fight as well going down though. I think it's a little bit closer than R1 where it's just, will T-Griff win and get the championship, or will he not, and will Liam, who's not even here, get the championship? But no, going good in general for me.
Well, as it stands, if the race was to finish as it was now, it would be Liam that would be our champion. But of course, we've still got plenty of racing laps yet to come. Now, I'm just going to quickly look at the Tier 1 standings for anyone that does watch Tier 1 that does like to tune into Tier 2, which I'm assuming everyone does, because why would you be here else? It is literally only a 10-point gap between
not Tier 1.
Tony and Aurelian in Tier 1.
Alright. Actually, I just had a look at the Tier 1 paddock. Apparently, Aurelian is sitting on a garden chair for his race later. Each to their own.
Whatever you're comfortable on.
Ah, yeah. So, yeah, we think safety car will be coming in end of lap 7. Liam saying IDS Masterclass. And, of course, Liam is going to be supporting everyone here apart from T-Griff, especially IDS. I mean, he knows IDS is fast. IDS, as I said a few times now, is the favourite. He's the one expected to win this race. I've just realised I've got to stick finale in the title. I can edit that now. And how am I doing this? But yeah, no, Liam is going to be supporting anyone and everyone that is not T-Griff for this race.
Well, there's still plenty of action left to come, and I reckon we've got maybe one more safety car in us from this lot, and I reckon there's still plenty of drama left to be seen. I reckon it's going to come down to the last few laps.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to agree with you there. Of course, it might not be T-Griff, one of the drivers up there, but at the moment there are a lot of quick drivers near the front who are going to want this as badly as they can.
But well, technically 1/3 of the way through this Grand Prix, as it stands.
Your maths is a little off, but I'll let you go.
It's around about that. Unfortunately, 7 doesn't go into 22 because this is what I'm saying. It's around. It's
once you completed sector 1 of lap 8, then you're a third of the way through.
There you go.
But yeah, here we go. Finale is now in the title. Not that you'll be able to see it until you refresh the page. Always forget to do that. Actually, no, usually I don't. I usually remember it's the finale. I just forgot to stick it in the title today.
Oh, you're dropping the ball.
Yeah, well, I had to. Normally, it's kind of they just changed the number and the name of the track, but I had a completely different stream title in because I was doing. Funnily enough, it was another finale I was doing actually before, just for a different league. So here we go. Safety car in this lap, so I had to change the whole thing, rewrite it all. CRC II Season 8, round 16, all that jazz. Belgium
is gonna give it a is he gonna bunch that pack up and go at the last possible minute, or is he going to go early?
Right, so do we reckon all 19 drivers are making it through Radion
No.
cleanly? No. yeah. No, it's not happening,
No.
is it?
No. I'm expecting at least one DNF, a couple of yellow flags, and maybe a VSC.
Well, here we go. Safety car is now into the pits, so Ids can go whenever he so chooses. Doing a little bit of teasing. Going then not. Pace, is it picking up? Is it not? I don't think it really is picking up so far. Waiting. Of course, DC can't tyre wiggle too much.
The rain isn't getting any heavier, so it's probably going to be an inters race, to be fair.
Has he gone? No.
No, he's leaving it to the last possible second.
I think.
the last possible second. He's trying to catch a few people out. Wait, see,
I don't think it's really worked,
overtake there by accident. And now we are now under racing conditions. T-Griff under pressure.
Hang on, look at Cal Cohen.
Wait,
yeah.
see. Cal Cohen's going for the overtake on the
centre. I
inside.
think he's gone for two of them, and he's only got one. I think actually nearly spinning here off on the wet line. Wait, see. Oh, hang on, wait, he's round. Wait, he's in the wall, and he's lost his front wing down the order, flying down the order now. Captain Nick has also had a bit of a spinner somewhere. Oh goodness, this could get interesting. A very slow car, and
wait, see, I caught that, mate.
Interesting line there.
Wait, see, I saw that. I was on board with you. That's
Tobes.
naughty.
Tobes on Indian Juices here for P10. You can see behind him Fowl getting an excellent view of the race. Tobes in the end having to back out. Indian Jesus having the inside line for that first part, coming out on top of that battle.
Waitsy is missing his wing. You said how he was spinning round. It could potentially be from contact with the wall or someone.
Oh, we saw the contact happen.
No wing. I was on board with somebody else at the time.
More Daddy going for the
move. I don't think
move.
he did completely go off the track and up the grass of our Rouge, completely cutting out that hill.
Well, yeah, Liam, I think I'm in agreement with you there. It was just Waitsy staying well out the way of the other drivers, as he did make sure to drop down to 20th.
Yeah.
Just had no front wing to essentially try and take the corner. I think it was a smart move there.
Imagine doing our Rouge with no wing. I think there'd be more than screams coming out.
Yeah, well, that was it. The Cadillac went at the WEC race at just snapped in Eau Rouge. I think actually that was a powered steering failure. Hobbs it up to P17. Liam commenting, Ennis, who's currently P8, his engineer is predicting heavy wet conditions soon. So we are going to have another round of people pitting for new tyres. It's as of yet not escaping the clutches of DC.
Looks like it is starting to build back up, to be fair.
Oh, hang on. What is this? Hang on, what on earth is this? 4 wide into turn 1, it looks like it might be hit. 2 by 2 on the run down to Rouge. This is not quite how I'd want to be taking it in wet conditions. Captain Nick and 4-star neither surrendering. Captain Nick coming out on top, and you know what? He's made it work. 4-star.
Oh, that's a Red Bull in the wall.
How has he not lost a tyre?
However, there is a safety car out. I do not blame him for that. Waitsy's decided to dip in
DC.
and go full wet, so don't blame him. No, not me, Aston Martin boy. What happened to you?
Wasn't that after the safety car, or was that?
It was after the safety car.
DC DNFing after the safety car has already gone. You can see his car there just off the racing line. His front left tyre gone. And he'll be kicking himself for that one. I wonder if he... I don't even know what could have caused that.
I wasn't even on board with him.
No, I wasn't anywhere near where his car was. Just saw the aftermath of
I was
what
watching
happened.
4-star. The thing is, though, DC's car is in the middle of the track. Well, it's not now, it's despawned now, but where Waitsy's just come by, it was slap bang in the... So has he had contact with someone? Has he bumped the wall? What? He can't have bumped... If he's bumped the wall, he's bounced back in quite far.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it must have been a bump on the wall, but... I don't know. It feels like it's... Where his car is, it's so hard to think of a crash that would have caused that to happen. Now my thought, where is Waitsy going to end up if everyone No, Waitsy will be last if everyone pits for wets here. But will everyone pit for wets? Is it too early? Ids isn't pitting. Ennis is retired! Ennis is off, he's crashed! Another man gone under safety car conditions. This one,
I
a
think
lot more
the track
time
may
to
be too wet
realise.
for inters.
No one's pitting for wets though yet.
Just a bit of an update on DC. By the looks of it,
Yeah, four-star into the
it's
pits.
not really in the paddock chat. It's in the group general chat of this league. By the sounds of it, people were messaging maybe DC and putting him off his game. By the looks of it, potentially. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. But we're not going to want to speculate on with the show. It is a shame he was having such a good race, but I'm pretty sure all will be revealed at a later time.
Yeah, of course, that's a shame for him, and that is now 3 drivers already gone. And you know what? None of them went in Radeon. 4-star did have a spin in Radeon. As we said, not all 20 drivers will get through. But yeah, back under safety car. Hang on, Waitsy's gone back onto Inters. And 4-star, I guess, was just pitting for a new front wing.
But luckily, while it is under safety car conditions, they can bring that gap back up to normal. But both Red Bulls sitting at the back of the pack. However, T-Griff, the man that everybody is watching and wanting to know if he can challenge for the title, is now up to P3. So 7 positions down, 2 to go.
Yeah. I mean, he's closer and closer every single time. Waitsy now a long way out of contention. Steiny, I mean, I think he can challenge Steiny on pace. It is essentially just now Ids he needs to worry about.
Yeah, like you were saying, Shu's the favourite of the race. And to be fair, from what I've seen from Shu, Ids to be fair, sorry Shu, he's definitely got pace.
Yeah, well, I think he's won more races than not. He's just struggled with the consistency and joined a little bit late. The man currently sitting P6 in the championship, actually tied on points with Waitsy immediately, so those two will be fighting out. A very close battle for P3 in the title.
Well, I'm just looking at battle of the wooden spoon, as we'd call it. The person that's going to finish in 20th for this tier. I know Captain Nick was enticed in that battle.
Yeah, it's always Captain Nick and Tobes, the 2 main contestants there. Currently, Captain Nick 14 points, Tobes 15 points. So, Wooden Spoon looking to go to one of those 2. Not Jack might be another person applicable for that. He's sitting on 20 points. Most of that actually comes from a single result.
Well, as it stands, if it was to end as it would now, it would be Captain Nick that would be picking up the Wooden Spoon for tier 2.
Yeah, Clerpy are pitting. What is he pitting for? Yeah, Ennis unhappy. Not saying what went wrong, just again airing his frustrations. As Clerpy are serving a drive through, but going on to the wet compound. So of course going to drop down to the back. I didn't see what lap the safety car picked up these drivers, but I think it will be
I
end
believe we're
of
into our
this.
second lap of safety car, I believe it is.
Yeah, well I think Clerpy will catch up this lap.
Yeah, the safety car should be in this lap, to be fair.
Spa are nice long tracks. The pit stop dents you that little bit less.
Now we are officially halfway through the race. 11 laps remaining. We're going to get underway on lap 12. And it's still pretty much all to play for T-Griff. 2 opponents to get round, but he's then got to hold on to it, and that rain is getting heavier. Clerp has come onto wets, like you said. So,
Oops.
is he feeling that that track's getting that bit wetter? It's going to come down to right strategy core now.
Yeah. Right, it's when do you go on to the wets? Because that's the main thing to catch these drivers out here. T-Griff, he's up there in the standings because of his consistency, his ability to adapt throughout the season. Aids has been far less consistent. As much as he's more likely to win a raw pace, from what we've seen, he's more likely to make a mistake in strategy or just driving in some shape or form. Well, Steiny's still an obstacle. He's still there. And there we go. Safety car in this lap.
Yeah. So, let's call it what's going to happen under the restart for this one. Well, we kind of got it right with the last one, but
yeah. Well, the thing is, last time Cal Cohen nearly got 2 people into turn 1 under the safety car restart. I think it was Cal Cohen. Tigre fought him off to make it only 1 person, not 2, but we might see another very strong one from him. We'll see if it's the same kind of restart as last time for mids.
Well, on the last restart, Ed's decided to back the pack up, so it wasn't going to be a quick restart. He left it literally last minute. Is he going to do an Uno reverse and flip it?
Yeah, safety car is in the pit, so it's up to him when he goes now. I've just realised I've got excited and I'm now standing on my chair. Let's get off that before it starts spinning round.
Still got a long way to go yet, bud, a long way to go. Well, it is only 11 laps. It's essentially 22 laps when you think about it, because
well,
this circuit.
Half the race remaining, and hang on a little bit here. A little bit of wheel banging going on between the top 2, and I think Ids has gone out the last corner. Oh, he has, but he's made a spin of it, and Ids already down to 3rd position. Tigriff up to 4th, and we said if anyone was going to make a mistake, it would be him. Tigriff with his consistency, Cal Cohen not able to go for a move further down. Tobes making a mistake, the outside line far grippier there. Cal Cohen, surely you can't go for a move here. It's just not worth the trouble, not worth the risk. He's going to have to sit in his tail, maybe go for something down the Kemmel straight. Is he faster through the corner? You can see the rain heavier, much heavier now than before. I have to keep an eye on Club PR.
Oh no, there's contact between War Daddy and Captain Nick. War Daddy goes for a spinning into the wall. Captain Nick managed to keep hold of the car.
Cal Cohen and Tigriff though fighting for P2, and in the end I think Cal Cohen has come out on top. Tigriff down to P3, but that is where he started at the start. Club PR, how is he looking? He's looking strong here, gradually moving up through the order. We'll watch him as Ids and McConey fighting for P4, actually chopping and changing an awful lot on the leaderboard there. Yeah, no, Club PR is just faster than these boys. Simply put, he's faster. Coney and not Jack. That was nearly contact there going through this corner. Oh, and there's 2 cars right behind them as well, just to spice things up even more. Williams, Alpine, Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri all so close on track. Seems not Jack coming out on top. The reserve of B Rabbit doing well here. Indian Jesus forced into the back, boxed in, couldn't do anything after B Rabbit lost a bit of speed. McConey going wide, everything happening here in this battle. Not Jack now escaped it because of how much these guys are fighting away. The wet curves, those green ones, going to be so much more deadly now. Oh, and that's not the most legal line there, B-Rabbit. Not sure about that one. As Farrell's gone for an absolute send on Indian Jesus. Didn't even know he was part of this battle, but he's made it work. And I think without damage in either car, so kudos to him for that one. Free fall into the pits. I suspect we will see a pair of wets going onto his car.
I was literally just about to say I believe it is getting heavier. That track looks wetter. Yeah, there's the blue wall tyres. It is full wets for free fall.
So for P4, not Jack challenging Shu into Lacombe, and Shu's gone so incredibly deep there, completely cutting Lacombe, getting 5 seconds of time penalties. That's not going anywhere. And he's made another mistake out the exit, nearly span further down the order, actually letting not Jack through, and oh my goodness,
and
more and more going wrong for him. Now up to 8 seconds of time penalties, flying down the order. P12 was a yellow flag for him, but I think now finally stopped making mistakes here. Really struggling on these tyres with this car. And War Daddy, did he ever crash this lap? When did he go? Shu into the wall.
Shu's gone again.
Oh, he's taken out the 150 metre balls.
Could potentially be a VSC, the way this is going, I reckon, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, but...
What are we witnessing on lap 13?
Yeah, of course it had to be lap 13. Now, the 150 metre board, while not the most important one for P1, is still a reference point that some drivers will be counting how many there are, so hopefully that does not catch any of the drivers out too badly.
Well, I'm on board with our leaders at the minute. That's another yellow flag in sector
Yeah,
3.
B-Rabbit.
That rain's getting heavier. It's definitely time for full wets, I reckon.
Yeah,
Question
Club Yacht.
is, how many people are listening to us and how many people have come to that conclusion by themselves? The top 3 on the other hand haven't come to that conclusion. They stay out.
Ooh, interesting, interesting. Farrell is coming into the pits.
Yeah.
To be fair, the top 3 do have a decent
play
lead.
advantage to the likes of Freefall, obviously Tigris' teammate, who pitted for wets early on.
Well, Club Yard did it when he
smashed
smashed his front wing under safety car. And look at him, he's miles up the order. Clearly showing the wet tyres are the tyres to be on. We'll see, I mean, yeah, look at how much faster he is through Radion. Hobbsy, oh my goodness, Hobbsy having a moment there, nearly taking Club Yard out. He must have had a little raise in the heart rate when he saw that one happen. That's Club Yard up yet another position here. Yeah, look at how gentle these guys are being on the throttle. Heavens,
yeah,
fully open in Belgium.
Yeah. Shoes retired. And that's
yeah,
a
no
retirement
surprise.
in the pits. He's had enough. I don't blame him. He's gone from bad to worse. It is unlucky, to be fair, though, on him. He had such a good race up until the last lap.
I think Calcone has made a little bit of a mistake somewhere. It's his gap to Steiny has opened and his gap to Seagriff has closed. There's no way these guys do not pit this lap. It simply does not make sense to stay out any longer. From what we can see, it didn't even make sense to stay out this lap. But yeah, that green stuff on the left, he got so, oh my goodness, Seagriff nearly into the wall. That would have ended the championship fight real quick. Yeah, it's that green stuff on the outside.
And that is it. Surely this lap, the top 3 are coming in for wets. Surely.
Steiny's not. Cal Cohen's not, and neither's Tigris.
None of them are.
There's no one told them what's happening further down the field. None of the top 5 have pitted. Indian Jesus hasn't.
Can you not see it's raining, boys?
But I mean, look how close Claire PR is. Maybe they're hoping someone else crashes and there's another safety car comes out. Waits further down pitting.
Is in.
But these boys pit.
Double stack from the Red Bulls.
I think we are, but
not.
Oh, Force not pitting. These boys pit. Club PR inherits the lead. That's how much longer they've stayed out compared to what they should have.
3-second time penalty for Cal Cohen. That is exactly what T-Griff wants to see.
Oh yeah, one less driver to worry about.
So now essentially provisional P2.
I wonder if they are trying to go to the end to hold off. I mean, it's not quite Norris, Russia bad just yet. But you can see, yeah, McConey going miles deep here. Claire PR's now caught his next victim.
It's catching. Clark is starting to catch slowly.
Yeah.
But give it a few more laps.
At the moment, it does appear to be roughly a second a lap, maybe slightly less. But you can see here, I mean, those two ahead of him,
I think it's starting
side
to get
by
there
side.
now, to be fair.
Steiny actually seems very. Steiny extremely comfortable on these inter tyres, though. I don't think he's losing to the guys on wets. I think he's just. His setup, it must be wet, but he's just driving so perfectly at the moment. Building that gap over P2. Other than a mistake from him, it is looking. It is going in Steiny's favour at the moment. You can see ahead the battle going on here for P5. Indian Jesus and McConey. McConey stuck behind him for ages, not able to get the move done, but now Club PR is on to the back of these drivers. There's more drivers on the wet passing 4-star.
Farrow gaining 4-star.
Yeah, and there we go. I mean, look at that.
Compound. There goes Clark.
You're just flying, not even close. The traction advantage he had out at the exit of that corner was huge.
Well, we're coming up on the last corner. Are they going to come in this time? No. No.
No, no, and no. Yeah, McConey is a little bit of a cutting the pit entry line there. Don't worry, we only caught you on stream, McConey. I'm afraid I have to snitch on you now. But let's see, Club PR now closing in on Indian Jesus.
Farrell up to 8, even though McConey's in the pit. But still an overtake nonetheless. I think these top 5 are trying to hold out on it too, but Clerk is literally coming up and he's going, you know what, I'm on the wet, I've got the pace, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. Oh, as there we go, Indian Jesus braking far too late there, and that'll be another one for Clerk PR, almost freely given to him. Up into P5 goes the Mercedes. See, already down to 3/10. This weight seat past 4-star. More people passing 4-star further down the order now.
Those intos are not the right tire to be on, but these boys up front must. But Clark is catching, he's now in the top 5 on them wets. He's gaining every single lap. It is time for wet tyres, boys. I don't think they can hold out for much longer.
Yeah, hello to Lukey in the chat. You've joined us at the right time as everything is kicking off at the moment. The rain, mix of wets and inters, some of the drivers up front not wanting to pit for those wets, but Clerk PR hunting them down.
And he's catching quickly as well. Now, the question is, are they going to come in this lap?
No.
No.
There we go, Clerk PR easily through. I don't think Clerk PR big-brained it so much as had to pit because of a front wing damage and went onto the wets while he was doing so, and is now just reaping the rewards of that happening. But at the moment, Clerk PR is looking for a very, very strong position as Hobbsy dropping down to Farrell.
He's definitely going to be getting a podium at this rate. How high up that podium, could not tell you at this point, but let's face it, there's only one. Oh, there, T-Griff, no, you've spun! And he's dropping down the order.
He's down to P6,
the tyres,
but yeah.
The tyres just gave out on him. He pushed it one lap too many, and his chances now of being the Tier 2 champion are dwindling.
Yeah, it needed the win, and after that mistake.
That's Liam. That's Liam popping the champagne early.
And here we go, another man about to get past T-Griff. It seems Farrell on the wets. Going to be far more confident with this car at the moment, given the track conditions, especially after T-Griff's mistake, and that's him up into P6. T-Griff down to P7. Oh, hang on, what's happened here between Not Jack and Indian Jesus? Getting caught on each other's cars. Don't think it will be. It was a very slow speed crash. They just got caught on each other and that kind of thing where they get shoved into the ball. Now, amusingly, that's actually allowed T-Griff to get back up into P5 past the two of them. However, they are right on his tail, and that's a man looking for an overtake. Ooh,
oh, it goes from bad to worse.
I think that will probably
that was the
be
final
removed.
Nail.
I think he could appeal that one to the stewards. That seems a bit unfair on him.
Well, he still needs to come in for blue wall tyres.
Well, I think at this point you have to hold off. I think you've made your decision. You have to stick with it now, the best you can. This Waitsy looking for the move on Hobbsy and Not Jack. He actually can't easily get through. And hang on, yeah, him lifting has allowed McConey to come through. Saw his opportunity and took it with both hands. McConey, is he going to go for another one? Is he going to go for Hobbsy as well? Into bus stop. Hobbsy braking, but no, not going to happen. Very close amongst these drivers. Clerk PR now up into P2 with still, is that 5 laps to go?
And there's Clerk up to P2. I told you he's on for a podium.
Yeah.
Even the red of the Ferrari in the dirt. Anyway, speaking of red, if you press your red button now on your controller of the Sky remote, it'll do absolutely nothing. However, the Tier 1 boys are about to kick off for their final race over in Belgium, where, as we spoke about earlier, 10-point gap separates the two leaders in that tier.
Oh my goodness, as Not Jack has a massive moment. Waitsy on the wets is flying past him because of it. Huge loss of traction. I mean, kudos to him for holding on to that. And actually, hang on, how has he got that back?
Too wide as we go. Oh, what an over! Oh, we're in for a treat here between Waitsy and Not Jack.
What a switchback by him. But I'm going to hop on board now with CRC, who is 3/10 behind Steiny. Whether deliberately or not, his strategy has been an absolute masterclass today. And this is looking more and more likely to be a CRC win.
Fighting for the lead.
Yeah, look at this.
And there it is, easily done. The silver arrow overtakes.
And that is
now he leads the Grand Prix.
Into the win. He is not the driver I would have called for the win today, but I'm sure he will have a massive smile on his face through this rainy drive.
T-Griff has now come in and he has pitted for wets. Unfortunately though, it is one too many laps too late.
Yeah. I think if he'd pitted earlier he might have been okay, but now it does seem the end of his championship hopes. Essentially he needs 12 drivers to bin it to get the championship. Now it is just not going to happen.
Don't say never at Spa. We've seen things like this happen before.
What is this contact between Calcoen and Farrell? Not too bad. Actually, Calcoen into the pits. I'm surprised doing so. Steiny is still trying to hold off on his inters, which I think is the right decision if he gets no damage. Is the rain... It's not getting any heavier, it's just staying where it is at the moment. But importantly...
Calcoen has now put the blue walls on.
Yeah, more than 5 seconds between Farrell and CRC.
Yeah, here we go. Back on track.
Not Jack under threat behind B Rabbit and Freefall ready to eat him alive. And what's this? Looking to go side by side into Rouge Radion. Here we go. Oof, a little bit of contact. Both still alive. And not Jack again.
Jack is the winner.
Holding off. We saw him there last time. It seems on the inters he just has something else.
Oh.
There's Tobes. The same mistake that CRC made in qualifying.
Safety car! Oh, what did I say early on?
Is this what T-Griff uses?
Now.
It's only going to be one lap of safety car though, because there'll be 2 laps of racing.
T-Griff has served his 5-second penalty. Now, if all the Inter boys come in, he can be back up there. And if he gets his foot down, because he's on the newer wet... Oh, Hobbsy's out! Hobbsy's gone for a spin.
He's gone under safety car. That's the 3rd driver we've had spin under safety car. Well, it's one less opponent for T-Griff to get through. DC saying everyone on the softs the last 2 laps, IMO. Not sure about that one.
Well.
Right, so CRC obviously isn't going to pit here. Such a shame for him, because he now is going to be under threat from behind, and hopefully the pressure does not get to him. But still in the strongest position of any drivers, starting from the front on the ideal tyres. And you know what? Current finishing positions, Captain Nick is on 16 points, Tobes wins the wooden spoon. As yet, Steiny is now into the pit lane. I think we'll see the same from Indian
Nick's
Jesus and not Jack.
Above 13th.
No, Indian Jesus staying out. I think he also has to stay above 12th. I don't know who would win on countback between those two, if we're being technical.
Oh, wait, see.
Not ideal for him there, not Jack.
And he has to serve
into
it
the
as
pit lane.
So, T-Griff will be happy to see that. But, how far he's down, is it too little too late? We're going to have 2 laps of racing to decide the championship here in Belgium.
And T-Griff has got a very aggressive drive in order to try and get that championship. Liam supporting CRC here. I think I'm supporting CRC if I'm being honest.
To be fair, CRC's got my, even though it wasn't, by the looks of it, big brain strat, it was still a fantastic time to pit. It's got him P1 and he is going to be picking up my driver of the day.
Yeah, now, no guarantees yet that the win is his. As Panda pointed out, it might be Toby causing him to lose the win. And those two, they'll be in a party together. I'm sure complaints would have been thrown around to each other jokingly. But it's always so nice seeing the same drivers in. I mean, CRC has been a name that's been here for seasons on seasons. Same with Hobbsy, same with Tobe. Some of these guys I've seen racing around track for years now. And it's always nice whenever you see one of them win. Yeah, confirming that there was indeed complaints towards Toes for bringing out that safety car. So yeah, Tigriff has caught up. Oh no, of course not. Tigriff has now pretty much caught up with the safety car queue. I think everyone will before the end. The Rabbit's gone on to fresh inters. Interesting choice. Right,
but
so
no,
2 laps.
As it is programmed in with the game, the safety car cannot come out during the last 2 laps of the game, so this will be it. Rabbit, Jack and 4-star pretty much being left behind from the safety car. Can they catch up? Probably not. But then again, I think this championship now, I think you agree with me, John, is wrapped up in a neat little bow.
Yeah, well, I mean, sure, there's a few penalties going on here amongst the top boys, but Tigriff, as Liam is saying here, he really does need nearly everyone to crash out towards the front of the order. So here we go. When is Clerpiard going to go? He's not made the same mistake someone else did. And hang on, what is going on here? Someone's gone into the pits, waits his serving his drive through. Clerpiard, massive mistake immediately, and Farrell through up into the lead. Though Clerpiard trying to defend it on the inside very aggressively, and he's made it work. But McConey's got the both of them. And now Farrell's getting Clerpiard back as well, immediately down to P3 for the Mercedes driver.
Those fresher wet tyres.
Yeah, it's a shame for him because he did so well at a 5-second advantage, and now all falling away, still on for a podium, especially with Indy Jesus behind him. Actually, he's under threat himself from Steiny and Cal Cohen, and you know what, we might be getting our Schumacher hack in a moment. Indy Jesus losing 2 positions in 1 straight. Going wide there is Steiny.
But looks like let him through.
Yeah, well, freefall. He was the only driver allowed to help Tigriff out. Tigriff up to P7 from his P10. And closing in now, he's going to be giving it his absolute all here. Only so much he can do.
As it stands, McConey will not be finishing in P1 because of his penalty. So as it stands, it's provisional P1 for Farrell, who's in P2.
Yeah, you can see Steiny on the tail of Indian Jesus here on the intermediates. 1 or 2 drivers on the intermediates, I think, will still be the slower tyre for the moment. Certainly seems like it, given how close he is to the car ahead compared to the car behind.
It's been a great race from start to end. We've had spins, we've had crashes, we've had safety cars. What a fight it's been.
Ooh, Steiny nearly round, manages to save it, but a moment there. And that's that Captain Nick.
P12. The battle of the wooden spoon continues.
Yeah, wooden spoon is now. Oh, I don't know. They're tied on points now. I don't know where the count back sits.
I think it does when it comes to the wooden spoon. Or they'll both be given a wooden spoon.
Yeah,
you know what? We'll
snap
give them both
snap it in half. You have the spoon bit, I'll handle. He's here fighting for P3, Cal Cohen and Clerpiard. However, we've got Cal Cohen has a 3-second penalty, as does McConey. Although McConey has enough of a gap over Clerpiard that actually McConey will currently finish in P2. Especially if these two are going to be fighting on this last lap using ERS. Trying to tuck into the slipstream now. Oh my goodness, not Jack.
Yellow flag, not Jack's out of the Grand Prix.
And Captain Nick, no longer the yellow spoon man. Oh, sorry, the wooden spoon, not yellow. I said yellow spoon.
That is it. The wooden spoon is now going
to Tobes.
Who's it going to?
It would be Tobes.
Our wooden spoon winner.
Sorry to interrupt. Cal Cohen is now past Clerpiard. He's letting back through though, I think, because he did it off track. Indian Jesus somehow has caught up to these boys, and now there's a 4-way fight for P3. Actually, a 5-way fight for P3. Tigriff has joined in. I forgot he was still at the back there.
Many. I'm watching the battle for P3. I say I'm watching this battle. I'm on board with Tigriff in a minute, just to watch it all.
He's got a view of the 4 cars ahead of him.
Board with McConey at the moment. He's not going to win this Grand Prix because of penalties. That honour is going to go to Farrell. Unless Farrell backs off and lets him win it, of course. Can't see it happening.
Oh my goodness, this battle of P3 going crazy.
Tigriff up to P5, yellow flags.
Who's that for?
I think
I
it's
don't know.
Captain Nick.
No, it doesn't appear to be for anyone. I think it might have been for 4-star, just a small mistake from him. But I will have to hop on board with Farrell, who is going to end up winning this race. This Club Yard. No!
Oh no! He's lost his podium.
So Farrell going to be picking up the win in the end. Tigriff, where's he going to finish? Can he get P4? Actually, can it be P3? Tigriff does get a podium in his last race.
Still on the podium.
Loses a tyre across the line. Captain Nick, 2 points for him, and that means that he is not last in the championship. He's P19.
But what it does mean is that Liam is our Tier 4 champion of the world.
Tier 2.
Season Tier 2. Sorry, I'm Tier 4.
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't mean to. Sorry, that was. Oh, I'm not going to do the end of that, am I? That's on stream. Oh.
There we go. Waitsy giving us the donuts that I nearly asked the drivers for beforehand. He'll be picking up 1 point for finishing and giving us a few spins to finish off the season. So as you were trying to say, Liam, the man not racing tonight, the man who's not won a single race throughout the entire season, is the Tier 2 Season 8 champion, and he is going to be happy with that one. I'm surprised I've not yet seen any celebrating going on. But Tigriff, the man, as you can see his car there, finishing P2 in the championship, not quite able to close the gap as much as he needed. But what a race to end the season. What a race for Tier 2 to end F1 22.
Scott's driver of the day is the weather. Oh, I love that. But no, what a way to round off that season.
And yeah, Tigriff has, I mean, he got a podium, but it was not the step he wanted to be standing on. And yeah, he's congratulated Liam for his win. We'll try and get his boys in for a post-race interview. Decent action tonight. That feels like a little bit of an understatement given what we just saw.
Oh. What a race. What a race. And what a circuit to end it on, to be fair. Belgium always filled with action-packed battles throughout all three sectors. But Farrell does win the Belgium Grand Prix, but as we've said, and I won't mess it up this time, Liam is our Tier 2 champion for Season 8.
Yeah, Tigriff just 10 points off him come end of the season. Wasn't able to get the win in the end, but another win for Farrell. Tigriff and Liam both remaining winless throughout the season despite being 1 and 2 in the championship. But a quick rundown of the order for the podium. Where did he? 9th, no, 8th. That is such a shame for him. He nearly went from P20 after his crash in qualifying to win, and then that safety car bumping him down to P8. That's such a shame for him. Captain Nick P11, Waitsy, the last driver to finish, giving us some donuts despite qualifying P2, and our pole sitter DC down in P19 had some controversial issues there for him. Ennis with the fastest lap under the dry conditions at the start. But I will now quickly invite the boys in for an interview. What am I doing? Done this wrong. Go on. Okay. Who won the championship, and Tigriff has already joined. Not that we can yet hear him on stream, because funky internet things.
Hey.
Hello, hello.
Talk us through it, T. Griff.
Talk us through it.
Yeah, I'm gutted, mate. Just, yeah, I don't know. We're just, Jeff or Mark or whatever his face were saying, don't worry, rain's gonna lighten up. It just didn't. Yeah, it's just, he was telling me that, MFD was saying pit for wets, and I just chose wrong at the end of the day. And if I'd chosen wets and come in, I think I might have won the race. But
It got to a point we were actually shouting at you over the stream, going,
Yeah,
boys,
mate,
it's time to come in, it's time to come in!
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's so hard to have the big picture in your head when you're in there, because I could see first place in front of me, and to pit and trust you'd catch up is, I don't know. You have to be brave at Spa, and yeah, it just wasn't today, and yeah, it's a bit annoying. But
I mean, it's still a podium, mate, nonetheless, and it's P2 in the Drivers' Championship. You still got to be happy to come runner-up.
yeah. I mean, it's been a really fun season in this tier, actually. A lot of great guys and a lot of great racing. But yeah, just guide at the moment. But yeah, Liam, well done, mate. You deserve a class all season.
Are we going to see you back for season 9, though, Griff? That's the question. Are you going to come and try again?
Yeah, I'll be here. Don't worry about that, lads.
Excellent. Which will actually, be on the next game, so a little while for that to...
Yeah.
Red
Throw
flags.
this game away now, I think. Had enough.
Right, has Liam joined the party or not?
He has. I think we should save the championship winner for the very end. I think Marconi should be the next up to bat for us. Marconi, P2, how are you feeling?
Happy that I've had a terrible few races, so to finish off with the podium, I'll take it all day long. But crossing the line in P1 and losing it to Farrell was pretty gutted, I'll be honest.
I can imagine. Luckily, I've not had the pleasures of that. Obviously, a lot of boys. When did you come in for your wets? Remind us.
Not soon enough. I can't remember what lap it was, but I know the guys that pitted quite early for the wets did pretty well. I think I stayed out of it too long, but not as long as some people, so it still worked for me. But yeah, Mark was telling us one thing, the puddles on the track were telling us something else. No one knew what was going on in the party at all, so yeah, it's just crazy.
Now, a podium on the last race of the season, it's got to end, it's got to just cap off season 8 for you.
Yeah,
now, looking forward to the future to Series 9, are you also going to be coming back? That's the question.
I would have thought so, yeah. Might be turning some assists off, you know.
So we can be seen down racing around with me in Tier 4 then.
Could be, yeah. There it goes. Can I just say well done to Liam, by the way, for the championship, and T. Griff and Farrell. It's been a brilliant season, absolutely loved it, so well done, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done yourself, mate, as well. Great season.
Fantastic. And then obviously moving on to the race winner, Farrell. Obviously crosses the line second, but due to penalties, you do win the Belgian Grand Prix. How are you feeling after that one, mate? Sound. Obviously, talk us through your strat. Obviously, when you saw quality, obviously you had a quality ban, like you said, but then to see it was a dry to wet race, how was your feeling for that when you saw it pop up?
Sorry to interrupt, Farrell. I don't know if your audio sharing is on. Calco is saying he can't hear you. If you can check if you share party audio on, I'll turn you up just in case it's a problem on my end.
Was undone. Hello? Now you can hear me.
Hey, there we go.
Nice.
Basically, just to recap, basically what you just said to me there, so everyone else can hear you.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting much. Had the quali ban, wasn't expecting anything. Had no pace in the inters, done no practice. Car was a boat. Everyone was just dying around me, and it was going up, so that was going well. Gambled for the wets because I had nothing else better to be doing, and then was gaining 3, 4, 5 seconds a lap, so that was nice. And yeah, then the safety car came out when I didn't think that I was going to catch Chlor PR otherwise. Then he tried to kill me in turn 1, and Tony got past.
Yep, saw that one.
Yeah, it was pretty nice that.
No,
And
fair
so
enough.
but then I saw that McConey had the 3-second penalty, so I was like, I'll just chill in behind here.
Nah, nice and easy. No unnecessary risks. No, you are the Belgian Grand Prix winner. You are our last winner for Series 8. Speaking of Series 8, obviously moving on now to Series 9.
No,
which is on the horizon in the new game.
Yeah, well, like I have to come back and have to like beat all of these bums. T-Griff and Liam getting ahead of me in the championship without winning a race, like absolutely frauding their way, these P5 merchants.
Consistency is key, though. That's the thing.
Nah.
What they've
Boring.
done.
You either win or you finish outside the points. That's the way it should
If I could do a strategy, I reckon I might have had a win this season, but I can't. So that's the goal for next season.
Strategy. Yeah.
No, fair enough. Well, not only do you have to compete with each other, boys, you have to compete with the likes of new safety cars, new everything, and
Red flags.
Red flags as well. Obviously, this race may have actually had a red flag if it was in the game with how revvy the rain got at one point. So, obviously, Strat will come into a big thing. But no, obviously, top 3 boys, massive congratulations. Now, John, I've interrupted enough in this interview. I think I've saved the best for last for you, mate.
Yeah, well, last but not least, of course, Liam, our Season 8 Tier 2 champion. Didn't even race, and yet here you are, winless, but still the champion. How does it feel to have that happen?
Those laps hurt. They really hurt. I didn't race, but I was as stressed as everyone else. I think I was watching through Ennis's POV the entire time, and we were spectating T-Griff the entire time, waiting for any mistake. And there was a spin. We went wild.
Yeah.
And then the end of the race, I was waiting for Farrell to get a magical 10-second drive-through penalty. Something was going to happen, but it didn't happen. Also, I just want to say, this interview, this is the best lineup of people to interview at the end of the season, because I think us four, Waitsy and Iz have had their moments.
Yeah, I think
But
you guys are
we've
actually
been by
the
far
top.
the best drivers.
You are the top 4 in the championship in terms of driver standings. So you picked the right 4 drivers for this. But
I mean, Farrell,
Yeah.
the purple stint, at the end of the season, every time, terrifies me. McConey has been great chatting away at every race, and T-Griff, I think you're probably quite like me, that we've just been so consistent. But you've been a class act the entire time. Everyone has, and it's been so fun and nerve-wracking, and not being able to race today, just watching that chaos. I could see T-Griff, you're P10, but I was like, yeah, but this is Belgium, and this is the final race, and there's going to be something, and you did get to P3, so I wasn't too far off. But
What
yeah,
were you
it's
thinking
been-
when it was Griff and Steiny, P2 and P3?
I was like, I don't like this. I don't. I can see the future ahead of me, and there is no trophy and no painting from Nick Kwan. But no, it's been really fun, guys. And yeah, I think if Waitsy and Ids had been a bit more consistent, they would have been up here as well. And I don't think I could have dealt with that. But yeah, it's been really fun. I've enjoyed every second of it.
yeah, and here's we just hope that Farrell and McConey don't somehow get a massive penalty.
Please. Yeah, so I'm sure I'm going to have to go back and watch Farrell and McConey's POVs for the whole race.
It was at least he didn't get turn 1 lap one, I'll be honest. We'll see what happens.
Don't say that.
Farrell, you got anything that needs to be reported?
I'm just going to call some people some names in the chat, and then that should get me enough of a penalty.
Yeah, get disqualified.
Get yourself a disqual.
I'm going to call McConey names, then maybe he'll start firing off, and then we can get this penalty. We can get this championship over to Tigre.
Depends how much I have to drink, we'll be honest.
There's plenty of Freddos for it if you get it done.
Right, well I think I'll wrap up season 8 with that.
It's been a fantastic championship.
Yeah.
It's been great to watch you boys, honestly. I mean, I know I joined halfway through comms in you. Obviously, I do watch the videos, obviously, behind the scenes as well, but it's been a great battle to watch Tier 2. So, honestly, thank you for giving me that opportunity to commentate over you boys battling it out.
Been our pleasure. It's been just as fun to drive it. I don't think there's been a single boring race.
Yeah, class season all round and with a deserved winner.
And cheers to you guys for streaming and commenting for all of them the whole time too.
Yeah.
Agree with that. Yeah. Cheers, lads.
Yeah, well, thank you everyone for watching, for driving, for supporting the drivers, and for just generally being a part of CRL. I've stuck the link for Tier 1 in the chat, so go watch that. That'll be CRL's last race on F1 22. This was Tier 2's last race on F1 22. We will be back next game. Once again,
100%.
You'll see plenty of the same names, plenty of the same tracks, of course. There's only so many to go around. We might see Vegas, or what's the other track we're doing as well? Qatar, there we go. Both.
I definitely expect one of them to be in.
Night race, certainly, yeah. And actually, yeah, Liam will get to pick one of the tracks for next season, I believe. As champions always get a little choice, so you got that to look forward to. But yeah, thank you for everyone for supporting Tier 2. For now, go watch Tier 1. They have actually just started their race. If I'm not mistaken, the two people fighting for the championship are currently P1 and P2, so they're keeping it nice and spicy. But from me and Rob, goodbye.
Thank you.